Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. For quite some times now, the leadership in Nairobi County, led by Governor Johnson Sakaja, has been under sharp scrutiny because there have been allegations of massive corruption within the county. MCAs like Robert Alai have always claimed that there are some county staff who go for benchmarking in maybe Europe, and when they come back at the airport, they change clothes and go back to other benchmarking. And others were even saying that maybe they don't even go, they just spend their time around, within Nairobi, bring receipts and all that. And when these allegations come up, many thought that maybe a lie belongs to the opposition and maybe he does not mean well for Johnson Sakaja. But recently, the Auditor General came up with more startling revelations corroborating the claims that have been leveled by people like Robert Alai. And the Auditor General is saying that Nairobi County has been bedeviled by a lot of corruption. Currently, they have a debt of more than 100 billion Kenya shillings. And in that report, it says it will take the Nairobi County to generate their own revenue for 2 months without giving any services, without paying this money to anything, but paying it to those who they owe the debt, including some advocates, where they owe, I don't know, it is 100 something millions of shillings and several bills. And other revelations are that there are county officers, county staffs who own same bank account. 3 people or 4 owning same bank account, some 4 people who are very active at the payroll but they don't receive salaries. So basically, there is a lot of rot within the Nairobi country. Sometimes back, Babu Wino was saying that Johnson Sakaja is busy buying houses in Dubai and Qatar and all that. So it seems that something is amiss within this county, within Nairobi County. And the reason why very many people don't understand, when Sakaja was a senator in Nairobi, he showcased talents or leadership skills. And when we looked at him, we believed in him. They are supporters of ODM who voted for Sakaja because back then he had been even given this name, the super senator. He used to speak and was telling us Nai Itawak. He was a person who really understood the problems and the plight of the predicaments of Nairobians, and he knew how he was going to fix it. Just like the national government, William Ruto had said, we have a plan. Now, this kind of rot has attracted the wrath of other UDA leaders because they feel this is not how things are supposed to work. Sakaja was this young leader. People had a lot of hope in him, including me. The day he took over and Polycarp Igathe lost, I said, okay, Sakaja can do it. It's not a must that it be Polycarp Igathe. And even in the gubernatorial debate, Sakaja performed well, outshining Polycarp Igathe, and he won it. Despite the fact that there were questions about his certificate, many people believe that he would change Nairobi. Now, this is what Millicent Omanga is saying, that I am utterly disgusted by the wanton looting and pilfering of Nairobi County finances through exorbitant legal fees paid to lawyers as contained in the latest Auditor General's report. We were told, let's make Nairobi work. Is this the way to do it? Nairobi deserves better. So Millicent Omanga is a UDA leader. She vied for the position of woman rep in Nairobi, and she lost to Mama Pasaris. And one would wonder, why is Millicent Omanga talk this way? She belongs to the UDA, and we thought that they are united. She is there to scratch its scratch my back, I scratch your back. We would imagine that she would want to protect Sakaja. I wanted to try and look at what is happening and what this means, because it is really disgusting, just the way Millicent Omanga puts it. If you're watching our channel for the first time, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you. I always request you to give this video thumbs up and help us share our videos. To those who support us in one way or the other, all our subscribers, thank you very much. I don't take this support for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, I would start by just asking one question. Millicent Omanga is criticizing Sakaja, and she's saying Nairobians deserve better. But one would ask, why is she not talking about the wanton looting at the national government? Because the Auditor General and the Controller of Budget, Dr. Margaret Nyakango, has revealed even more massive corruption at the national level, where an umbrella at State House, we were told, goes at 3 million, a watch at more than 700,000 Kenya shillings, and the government cabinet secretaries are in a mad rush to make money at the expense of taxpayers. So I would wish that she criticizes both corruption and looting at the national level and at the county level. It is not enough to criticize only Sakaja, because this government is just full of corruption. Sakaja and William Ruto used to work together, and they used to campaign together. Nai itawak, we have a plan. This is what they used to tell us. So I would urge her to ensure that she criticizes both. And I know she's doing this so that she can go straight to the records. She still wants to vie as a Nairobi woman rep. And I know a time will come, even in maybe at a woman rep debate, and they might be put with other leaders. And she knows very well she would be asked that when Auditor General flagged some irregularities within the county, did you talk about it? And she's doing it for the record, because it is even on Twitter. She'll say, I criticized it. I said Nairobians, deserve better. So she's just doing this so that she can go to the records. But maybe she feels disgusted by the actions in Nairobi. No one, in fact, if you listened to Sakaja then, you would think that Nairobi would change under his leadership. Now, I want us to look at after Millicent Omanga gave this tweet, I want us to look at some of the replies that she got, because many people. So these are some of the replies that she got. Someone, Amoga Halwale, is saying that Sonko might have been better. So someone feels that maybe Sonko was doing a better job. The government critic is saying the only sensible thing that has ever come out of your mouth. They're saying that now, as a UDA leader, this might be the only thing that has come out of her, because she's been supporting the government. And as I was asking, why not extend and criticize the national government? And Babu Owino commentary, someone is telling her here, ongea na krushie wako ajitokeze, because they've been saying that Johnson Sakaja has gone missing. He is wanted at the Senate for scrutiny and is not been coming. And there's this joke that Johnson Arthur Sakaja, Nairobi governor, wanted by Senate County Public Accounts and Investment Committee for the following: misappropriation of county funds, failure to respond to audit queries, and corruption and financial misconduct. And they're saying he was last seen on TikTok. So there's that joke that has been going on. So in Babu Wino commentary, anaambiwa ongea na krushia wako ajitokeze. Samosa is saying, for the first time, a UDA member has spoken sense. If all of them had sense, we would be far by now. So this person feels that if all of the UDA leaders would come up and criticize when there is corruption and when things are going wrong, then we would be somewhere. And then another person is saying, don't forget about Susan Kihika, who used 116 million. She is just reminding her that hapa kumeharibika. Then someone is telling her, he will give you a tender that this great enlightenment will disappear. He will give you a tender that this great enlightenment will appear. Anasema sasa hapo akipewa kandarasi kidogo atasahau na hataongea tena. And then someone is saying, this guy, Johnson Sakaja, should be impeached immediately. I don't know what MCS are waiting for. And someone is saying, clearly it is not working. Now, what do you suggest as the next course of action? Then the last person is saying, Mr. Dimples anakura raha and cresting content on TikTok. Babu is coming in 2027 to clean up the mess. And of course, I don't want to read all of them. Someone is saying, that's how real Kenyans are disgusted by your crushi, by the way. And finally, Mutua Philip is saying, at least everyone is oversighting. This way, we'll develop our counties. And I think I want to stop it there because for the first time, umetetea mwananchi cha ukweli. Let me just stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the views, maoni ya watu. And if you clearly, you can see that people tend to agree with Millicent Omanga because they think Sakaja is not on the right trajectory. Sometimes I have a feeling that he's unable to control the cartels in the county. And I wonder why, because he promised he would really turn Nairobi upside down. At one point he told us amelemewa na the crowding within the CBD, and he was requesting for the national police. And when this is happening, I have a feeling that Sakaja will find it very difficult in 2027 to come back, because already he had fallen out with people like Sakaja, who claims to be the people who championed his campaigns. Sakaja says, I asked all the Kikuyus to vote for him. So Sakaja will be an easy target when the electorates are tired of you, the leaders within the UDA are tired of you. He might find it very difficult. But I know William Ruto will protect him, because I have seen the way William Ruto is protecting the victims, the ministry who is in charge, or the minister who is in charge of fake fertilizer, and Nahumincha, who is in charge of the doctor strike, Machogu, who is in charge of education as a capitation fee do not reach schools. So I know Ruto atamtetea, and because Ruto ndio wakusema pale UDA or Kenya Kwanza, he might just bully his way in there. And as a young leader, Sakaja naribia wale ambao wako na future. People had some hope in great leadership, in youthful leadership, because we thought that maybe these people are skillful and they are young, they are fresh blood that can change our country. But we were wrong. And I remember Uhuru Kenyatta warned that it is better to have an old folk who is focused, who is mindful of the electorates and the common man, than these young people who pretend that they are hustlers, yet they come to loot. And Uhuru's warning and prophecy are now coming to pass. And I know wherever people are, they are regretting. It also gives a reason why Uhuru had to decide to introduce the Nairobi Metropolitan and gave it to the very able hands of the Lieutenant General Mbadi. Many people criticized, and I remember Ruto was saying that we are trying to militarize the country because Nairobi was being manned by a military guy, the KWS was being manned by a military guy, KRA was full of military guys, but Uhuru knew what he was doing. And now when we look back in retrospect, ladies and gentlemen, we understand what Uhuru was doing. How I wish that we listened, because at the national level, it is massive looting, courtesy of the report from the Auditor General and the Controller of Budget. At the county levels, not only Nairobi, even in, was that Kirinyaga or where there was a lot of corruption. And the report that we're seeing is very disgusting, just like Millicent says it. People are suffering. The cost of education, the cost of medication, yes, the cost of living is just too difficult. And when our taxes are being used in this manner, it is very sad. But then I will always say what I've always said: it is our bed. We laid it and we must lie on it because we were warned. We had an opportunity to change this country. We listened to lies. We listened to a lot of political gimmicks and conmanship. Now, this is where we are. Choices have got consequences, and we have ourselves to blame. And that is my take, ladies and gentlemen.